Nubreedglobaltruth.
Shalom, everybody. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Peace and blessings to the chat. Welcome, welcome. You first in the building. Micah Graham. What's going on, Red? CJ. Gabby, I see you. Motives in the building. Q Brown. I am Nikra. Nikira. Red. Everybody hit the like button on your way in. We got a very informative broadcast. Listen, brothers and sisters, I want to make sure that you snap out of this matrix and understand the time that you are actually living in. See, we are on the precipice of some dramatic societal changes. I mean, some very climatic, serious changes. And I know that a lot of you all may be distracted out there because it's a lot that they use. And when I say they, I mean, I'm talking about the wicked cabal that control this society. You know, we call them the 5%. They do a lot to try to keep you from focusing on what's important. And you can get sidetracked when it comes to the mission at hand. And my job through the spirit of the Most High is to keep you focused on what's important in this day and age. Now, I got some material I like to react to. This is very interesting. This lady, who is clearly military personnel, has some choice words to say about what's going on worldwide. Because, you know, this is New Breed Global Truth, not local truth. And I love to stay informed, watching world news. I like to communicate with people who are traveled, people who is basically seeing what's going on firsthand, people with boots on the ground. And this sister has something to say, and a lot of what she has to say aligns with biblical truth. And this is a reminder of why I do what I do, and you brothers and sisters are doing what you're doing to prepare for these times. Let's continue.
What's up, y'all? So I don't usually post on here, but there has been a topic weighing on me lately that I want to discuss. And this isn't like, I'm not a Jesus freak. I'm not here to push my religion down your throat or force you to do anything. I can't do that. Who am I? But I'm just someone making an observation and stating facts, you know? I hope we're aware of what's happening around the world, you know, not only in the U.S., but overseas. It's a lot of chaos right now and destruction. But I realized the world, the more we push God out, the more destruction and chaos happens and confusion. Our God, Jesus Christ, he's not a God of confusion, and he's the Prince of Peace.
See, we are now living in a faithless generation, and evil has reached its absolute height. We are in Revelations. Men have become lovers of themselves, truce breakers, incontinent, fierce. You know, you got the Letter Coalition, who is basically spreading their lascivious lifestyles all over the media. Right now, you got Kamala Harris, who is leading the polls right now, and she got drag queens pretty much dancing for her, doing drag shows, trying to usher in more confusion in society. And it's beginning to reach its helm. And it's so much filth and debauchery it saturates the media to the point where people are losing their bounds and losing control of their own faculties through demonic possession from so much psychological warfare. And all around the world, the birth pains are beginning. The world is being shaken up. And the reason it's being shaken up is because the children of Israel are about to take their rightful place. But in order for that to happen, the birth pains have to take place. So the Gentiles are being judged, but the children of Israel are being judged first. That's what the Bible has predicted or prophesied, that we will go through the judgment first to be an example to the whole world. So we got to be on the right side of this by, getting those sins or those vices that may be plaguing your life. It's time for you to get on the up and up and get in this word. But let's go.
So the more we push him out, what do you think is going to happen? And this has been happening for decades now. We're getting further and further away from God. Oh, we don't need God. We can be good people. We can have order on our own. We don't need a God to tell us what to do. Really? Mind you, I'm only 27 years old, but I've been around long enough to see that the world didn't used to be like this.
And that's a fact. Everybody want to operate on their own merit. And anybody who's speaking the word, they Bible thumpers, and y'all acting as if everybody who speaks the Bible is judgmental. No, the actual judgment comes from the Most High. People who are speaking the word of God is actually warning the people before judgment comes. But it's real like that. The more they push the Most High out of society, the worse things get.
It's only getting worse the further and further we get away from God. Look at the school systems. Oh yeah, they kicked God clean out of there. No more prayer. And look at how the school shootings erupted. Kids don't know whether they're boys or girls now. Or dinosaurs or giraffes. Teachers are just pushing that agenda. But the school system is failing. Every year it's declining. The literacy rate is declining. Kids can't read, spell, or write anymore. But I bet you money they know what a drag queen is. I bet you money they know what a transgender is.
That's where America's going. It's becoming Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. And the scriptures prophesied that the bodies will lie on the streets of the city that is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. It calls it spiritually Sodom in Egypt. And that's what's going to happen. This is what they're preparing for the cities. And we're talking about, this is what they're preparing globally as well. And when I talk about getting ready, we're going to come with some solutions. We're going to come with some scriptures. We're going to come with some direction. And we're going to get to it.
And they have resources for when they want to talk about, changing their sex or something like that. But these kids can't even freaking spell. We got away from God. And it's failing. Teachers are quitting left and right. Kids are disobedient to their parents, authorities, education, teachers.
Everything the Bible says will happen. It's happening right now. It has reached its height. This keg is ready to blow. And if nobody's doing nothing about it, everybody will be caught up in her plagues. This is why the scripture says, be ye set apart, or be partakers of her plagues. I'm telling you, what do we do next? Oh, we're going to talk about it. We got some verses. We got some more sources as well, but let's get to it. And everybody hit the like button on your way in if you enjoy this information. Let's get to it.
And a part of that problem is also people, pushing God out of their hearts, ignoring him, denying him. And the Bible says, train your child up in the way they should go. That means train your child up in God.
Ignoring him and denying him. In the process of people ignoring and denying the Most High, they're beginning to hate people who represent the Most High. Some of you brothers and sisters out there who are trying to awaken your family, friends, colleagues, associates, people hate you for it. I mean, they literally plotting on your downfall. They're growing very envious and jealous. They're setting up snares and traps, all because you're a reminder that changes need to be made. You're a reminder that preparation got to be put in place because somewhere deep down in their conscious, they know something is about to take place in this society. Even the ones who claim that they're non-believers, you can feel it in the air. It's daunting. It's consistent. It's heavy. It's ominous. This is why the scriptures say, ye hypocrites, you can tell when the weather is bad by looking at the clouds, but you can't read the signs of the times. You can't see what's going on here. So they'll get the gaslighting all of God's chosen people as if y'all crazy because you're speaking out loud. You're basically pointing out the elephant in the room. And it's supposed to be it's supposed to be a secret. You know how you can see something very clearly and you know everybody can see it. Like, y'all don't see that right there? They don't want you to speak on it because that reminds them, all right, we got to do something about this because no president, no politician, no world leader is going to help us. I know people want the housing market to go back to normal, the jobs to pay what people deserve. I know that people want things to just return to normal life. But unfortunately, that's not what's prophesied. Now, there's no need to fear because what's happening is the Most High's people are taking their rightful position. But there's a lot of things that got to happen before that comes to fruition.
And if you're not doing that, that'll probably explain why, some of these kids are out of control. They're not being trained up in the way they should go. And they're disrespectful. They're selfish. Look at America, the #1 producer of corn, God don't like that. America.
That's why there's no natural affection anymore. The scriptures say there will be no natural affection between man and woman. Why? Because of the corn. And now they got artificial intelligence dolls that they're rolling out. Believe it or not, y'all. And these things can cook and clean now. Some of them in Japan, they rolling those out. I mean, it's getting real sick out here. They taking computer love to the very next level out here. So there's no natural affections, which does what? Lower the population. It's literally about destroying God's people, but they'll take out everybody in the process. Got to stay armored up, got to stay prayed up. Let's go.
America has pushed God so far away. Look at our music. Look at Hollywood. Demonic. I don't care what anyone says. Those are demonic rituals that these people are performing. They're doing it right in our faces. And we support it. Oh, it's entertainment. That's their way of expressing their art. God said, okay, bet. Y'all want to keep playing in my face? He took his hand off. We are under judgment right now. That's why there's so much chaos right now. Because we continue to push God out, chaos erupts.
The world is under judgment right now. This is a fact. And things are getting extremely worse. Now, what do we do as the wise? Proverbs 22:3 says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. You're supposed to be able to see what times we are in and hide yourself. Now, how do you hide yourself? You get out of sin. You put away the things that was once plaguing you, once cursing you, the things that you thought you would never overcome. And you got to do this by the renewal of your mind. You got to get in this word, literally baptize and shower your mind and immerse yourself in this word. And it's got to be consistent. That's what it's going to take for you to start to move in the right direction. Because once you got that Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit is naturally going to position you in the places that you need to be in order to persevere through all that's coming.
Destruction, all these wars going on. Imagine if these world leaders had the true Jesus, the God of the Bible, in their hearts. You think all this stuff would be going on? Absolutely not, because Jesus is the Prince of Peace. This would not be happening. But we don't need God. We don't need a God to show us how to be good people. And we just did. Okay. Well, like I said, the world has been in a downward spiral for I know all of my lifetime. Who's gonna fix it? If not Jesus, because that man been spot on.
That's a great question. Who's going to fix it? Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, or the Messiah? Because it's too far gone for any man that's walking this earth right now to change what's happening. Nikki D says the 90s was the best time. Yeah, times have certainly changed. And we're about to go through another metamorphosis. And it's going to be extremely different. And we're going to talk about that. We got to get into some of the changes that's going to be made because life as we know it will be going to another stage. And there's a lot of things being rolled out right now that's going to take some adjusting to get used to. And we're going to bring these things out.
He ain't missed a beat. His word has withstood the test of time. So I'm genuinely asking, who's going to fix it? Because all the destruction, everything that's happening right now, there's no God in that. Those people don't have the true Jesus in their heart. They're not following his word. And so I'm just wondering, when are people going to wake up? This isn't a game anymore. Back in the day, that was cute. The little arguments, God isn't real, and we come from revolution, and we come from monkeys. That was cute. I'm not even entertaining them conversations no more. When I look at the news every day and look at the world and look at that Bible and see the direct correlation, how did this man 2,000 years ago know what will be happening right now?
And see, how can you argue with that? All of you new ages who practice tarot cards and ancient mysticism and magic and, you believe it's just everything is simply relative and you don't believe in God, but you believe in your inner self. Listen, what you need to understand, and I'm not in the business of trying to convince atheists or non-believers, but you need to understand whether you choose to believe what's going on in this word or not, that's not going to change the outcome of where society is going. That's not going to change the facts that everything that is written is literally jumping off the page. And those same demons that you channeling through these cards, those same ancestral spirits that you channeling, they're not going to be able to help you. And the word of God is the only thing that gives us direction. And that's what I'm going to get into today. Direction.
To the T. If you asked me to predict something that's going to happen next week, I would have nothing for you. I can't even predict something that's going to happen next week. But this man and other men foretold the events that will be happening right now, and they're happening. If you are not awoke to what is happening right now, if you ain't reading the writing on the wall, if it's not making sense, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And it blows my mind because when I used to read, Revelation or just like the end time prophecies back then, years ago, in Matthew, Jesus said that when all these signs are happening, when he's given us all these signs of his return, he said people will still not believe. He said people will still ignore it.
Yes, and people would say, surely the Messiah has delayed his coming. And they will go right back into their old ways. So you'll have people who was even in the truth, in the faith, that will get bombarded by the world. And they would say, surely things are going to continue on. No, things are about to change dramatically. And some of the changes that are about to take place are going to happen quicker than you think. And while people are sitting around stagnated, not paying attention, the Bible tells you just like this. In 1 Peter 3:15, it says, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. That's what we're going to be doing as believers. Always ready to give an answer. Always ready to tell the next person to get ready, to prepare for the times. And you brothers and sisters can never forget that. You have to carry that with you everywhere. Always be ready, in season and out season, to give a person the knowledge in a way where they can understand it in this modern time. You ain't got to go all philosophical. You ain't got to go over their heads, but plant seeds out here. Let's go.
And I remember reading that and, almost challenging God a little bit. I was like, God, first of all, I didn't think none of that would happen in my lifetime. I'm still a little struck behind that. But secondly, I was like, God, I don't know, like, if there was earthquakes and natural tornadoes, wars, these river drying up, all these things happening at once, I don't know, God. Like, I think people would catch on. I don't think people would ignore that.
I thought the same thing. Especially doing this work, much knowledge can cause much grief. When I seen the river Euphrates dry up, and I'm seeing everything happen of biblical proportion written of in Matthew, the 24th chapter, I would think, surely everybody who was claiming 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that God ain't real, that the Bible ain't real, I didn't think that I would still be hearing that. I didn't think that it would still be such a resistance when it came to reading the word of God or even believing the word of God, when you can see it happening as we speak. And then the scriptures go on to tell us. The scriptures tell us in 1 Corinthians. Actually, we're going to go to Romans 13:11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of your sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed. It's like get out of the matrix. Wake up. See what's happening right now. We're in the age of information. Relationships don't even exist no more. Everybody's walking around lonely. Everybody is separated. We're supposed to be the United States of America, but everywhere you go, everything feels divided. The men are not behaving as men these days. The women, they hate the men. It's all in the air. You can see it, which proves and validates that our salvation is near. We have to make these changes. Let's go. Let's continue.
Oh my gosh. I'm baffled. Like I said, he foretold it in Matthew to the T. He said, I will have all the signs. I will have it laid out. And people will.
You brought the same scripture I said. I said Matthew the 24th chapter. It's jumping off the page, but like nobody sees it.
Still ignore it. I'm just mind blown, honestly.
It is very mind blowing. That's why it tells you in the scriptures that much wisdom caused much grief. I can only imagine what you brothers and sisters go through on a daily basis just knowing this information. And this is what it's coming to in society very, very soon. I don't know if you people are aware of this, what's going on in Sweden and various places of the world. Again, I told y'all I like to watch world news because world news gives you a greater understanding of what's coming to America. Jay Cowboy says Isaiah 13:12 and 13:17 comes to mind. If you get the chance, bro, share the scripture, the actual scripture in the chat.
Australians are happy to tap and go.
Tap and go.
Now the government wants them to tap and show.
What we want to do is make life easier, allow your credentials to be at your fingertips and keep your personal information.
We want your credentials to be at your fingertips. This is what it's coming to. Now they're going to come out with a series of devices in the near future, where they're going to come in the auspice of convenience. It's going to have your medical records. It's going to have Social Security. It's going to have your job information, address, everything that you would have on an identification card, banking information. They want that at your fingertips at all times. So this is what's going on in Australia. This is what's going on in Sweden. This is what's going on all over the world as we speak. This is not just something that, it's going to happen one day. They're incrementally showing you the mark of the beast being rolled out. Revelations 13. That's what's happening right now. Jumping off the pages. I'm telling you. Let's continue.
Safer.
A digital ID called TEX linked to MyGov, removing the need to hand over passports, driver's licenses, birth certificates for companies to store and too often lose to hackers.
The Optus incident, one of the first in a large scale, showed why we have to do things differently.
The information will be heavily encrypted, so no sensitive data is shared or stored. Using a QR code and a simple tap to verify ID for hotel bookings, hiring cars, signing up for phones and more.
This is really a game changer in putting citizens at the centre of their identity management.
The TEX system will use personal data already stored on MyGov and send a digital receipt of all information shared and with whom. The chance of fraud reduced, but not entirely.
Now, this is something that we got to look out for in America in the next couple years. Look out for major hacks. I'm talking about where millions of people, I'm not talking about tens and thousands, I'm not talking about hundreds, but millions of people are going to get hacked. Millions. I'm talking about Social Security numbers, identity. There's going to be identity theft sweeping the nation. They're going to make this a big problem. And I'm telling y'all something that I've been researching. I understand how they're going to do it. They're going to pretty much try to crash the Social Security system. They're going to have to, and they're going to do it by way of hacking. And they've already been predicted it. Charles Schwab's, various political figures at the economic forums, the World Economic Forums. They're going to, somebody said the social did get hacked. See, already. Wow. Social Security got hacked. Wow. See, I knew the hacks were coming soon. I didn't know how soon. They said already happened. Would you imagine that? Let me pull this up. See, this is how they're going to get to this. Let's see. Social Security hack. How many people was hacked, y'all? Oh, my goodness. Hold up. 10 hours ago. Massive data. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Hold on, y'all. We got to we got to slow it down real quick. I'm gonna go to that hack right after this. I'm gonna play this. See, this is making sense right here. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This is how they're gonna roll out the mark of the beast. They're gonna say, well, they're gonna come up with different solutions. Because y'all gotta understand that society is ran off problem, reaction, and solution. I'm talking about already millions of people's social security numbers hacked. And see, I'm just speaking in the spirit. I didn't even see this news, y'all. I'm literally speaking in the spirit in this video. Addresses, man, we're going to get to that. And see, this source that I'm going to makes a lot of sense. Let's go.
Be removed.
Some people will go and try and create false MyGov identities.
You see, they would try to create false MyGov identities, meaning they've already came up with the solution. They've done it in another country already. They have the solution right here already. So when it happens in America, y'all going to have to do this too soon, because this one can't be hacked.
We're trying to strengthen all of the issues against that.
The tech system is in the final stages of development with the aim of being rolled out next year. Using it, though, will be optional. Google and Telstra are helping develop the technology.
So you know Google's in on it, so they're going to have all your information, just like Google got all our information right now.
Text will be time-saving. It'll be money-saving.
The opposition raising questions.
Mr. Shorten's talking a big game, but let's wait and see whether he can actually deliver.
Saying tap and show is a wait and see.
Digital ID. I know an awful lot of people write emails to me about it, and I know that an awful lot of people are particularly passionate about it, and for the communication we get, fearful of it. It, of course, is now...
This is why we watch world news. So now the government is rushing to launch a digital ID in Australia. Now, Australia is interesting because Australia is one of the most peaceful places in the world. Literally, they have the lowest crime rate in the world. So the only way that they can even usher this out is one method, and that's just hacking. And say, look, we need to come up with a solution. We need a digital ID. See, America has many forms of incrementally and meticulously destabilizing the country. Now, what happens to a country that's doing fairly well, where it's not much violence or poverty? It's hacking. That's what's going to work worldwide. Problem, reaction, solution. Somebody said Australia is a prison colony. Explain that. Explain what you mean by Australia is a prison colony. All right, let's continue.
Now the law of the land, but the program is now starting to roll itself out. Now, Joe, I don't know whether you can answer a question for me on this or not. Does everyone just get one in your MyGov app, or do you have to double click to buy into the system?
I do not know, and I think they're still working that out. I think it'll be interesting. I would imagine it would have to be an opt-in thing. Otherwise it would be like how U2 put all their B-sides in your iPhone and tell everybody. That is going to backfire spectacularly. But I did just want to read out, I just prepared this one little quote, which I just thought was the most ABC comment ever. They don't even know. It's amazing. That's right. But the ABC in its story has written just in a completely straight news piece. Its proposed trust exchange system, which is an ominous word, trust exchange.
I heard gold standard trust exchange.
Who am I exchanging trust with today? I mean, if you're going to exchange trust, shouldn't you at least wear some protection?
They're trying to get rid of money. They're basically creating a trusting system. And this is why I believe they're going to bring a social credit score. They're going to implement that somehow, some way. We're talking about a dystopia future. We're talking about a world where people are going to be walking around with implantable microchips and biotech, nano chips in people. Like literally, we're talking about, what is that one movie? You know what? Which movie comes to mind? It's not Fifth Element. It's not Fifth Element. It's the one with Sylvester Stallone. I want to say, is it Judge Dredd? Is it called Judge Dredd? One of them Sylvester Stallone movies where it's in the future where everybody has to be chipped up, linked up, and they have to have a social credit score. They couldn't swear and do certain things, man. It's going to get crazy like that in some places. But I got to go to this social credit. Demolition Man, that's the one. Man, see, my people on it. That's the junk right there. Demolition Man is what it's called. This is what they're preparing for.
Well, I was going to say, I hope there's active consent during all of this.
But its proposed trust exchange system would use QR codes made popular during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, I told y'all COVID was, you know what I'm saying, getting us prepared for this. A whole system where we're using QR codes. There was a lot of things happening during COVID. There was a transfer of wealth going on. There was the global reset was taking place. We had there was a lot of things happening, man. Isaiah 13:12. Men will be scared. Oh, men will be sacred as gold. 13:17. For I will stir up the Medes against Babylon, and no amount of gold or silver will buy them off. That's right. They ain't going to be able to buy out. It's too much debt. Let's play a little more of this, and I want to go look up this news about the Social Security system getting hit.
We loved it. Some poor kid writing for the ABs and everything. Oh yeah, these are really popular. It's like, it's like reading the newspaper is really popular when you've been kidnapped and you've got a gun to your head.
I just wanted to tell everyone
reading the newspaper with today's date.
Here's today's date. I just love telling everyone how much today is. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the issue here, right, and obviously I understand those that are hardcore about this are screaming at the telly, get into the issues, My point is this, right? The legislation has passed, okay? So the time for being able to unscramble that egg, alas, has gone. At the time, those who tried to talk about it, again, you're nutters and all the rest of it. So let's talk about the practicals here, right? Now, again, what they will claim to be the advantages is that essentially rather than having to fill out the same form 700 times, there's this one thing that you'll be able to have.
I told y'all they was going to come in an auspice of convenience. It's all about convenience. Imagine you trying to apply to get you a house and you got to fill out all this paperwork over and over, or a job application or a loan or whatever it is. They want it to be at your fingertips. So the bill has already been passed. The bill has already been passed. Very interesting. Coming to America very soon. Let's talk about this, the Social Security system getting hacked. This is breaking news for me. And I was just speaking about that because the reason why I thought about that is because during our last retreat, there was a global hack that took place. And now I see that that's the direction the world wants to take in order to get certain bills and legislation passed. Who knows who's doing this hacking, but, it is what it is.
Cybersecurity companies sounding the alarm about the safety of your personal information. It comes from what may be the worst data breach ever, one reportedly that's resulted in the theft of the Social Security numbers of every American.
What?
According to a federal class action lawsuit, a hacking group claims to have stolen the personal information of nearly 3 billion people and
Yo, are you kidding me? 3 billion people? Nah, bruh. Nah. Do y'all hear what's going on right now? This is literally getting rid of the Social Security system. They're doing this right in our face. And I was just saying, it ain't gonna be hundreds, it ain't gonna be thousands, it's gonna be millions. See, I thought they were just gonna get those who are targeted, or those who, are outside of the Matrix beast mentality. People, the mark ones. I don't want to get too deep into that. I don't want to get too deep into the sealed of the most high ones, because then y'all gonna think I'm tweaking. But I thought they were just gonna go hack certain individuals. But we talking about billions of people. They're gonna get rid of this system. They're gonna say the Social Security system doesn't work, and they're gonna go with, let's start rolling out some type of digital chips, so this can no longer happen. But they're going to start off with something on the phone. That's what they're going to do, because everybody got a phone. Everybody's not going to get the mark of the beast yet. They're not ready yet. Satan hasn't done destabilizing them yet. He needs more evil and more filthiness. He going to get Carmela in there, and he going to have all the drag queens out there, and all of the craziness out there. It's going to turn people out. And then when he destabilizes a few more years, that's when they're going to be like, all right, people ready. Oh, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. This is the Most High confirming his word right here, though.
American. According to a federal class action lawsuit, a hacking group claims to have stolen the personal information of nearly 3 billion people and released most of that data for free online. Let's bring in cybersecurity expert Michael Kaiser for more. Michael, what do we know about this reported breach, how it might have happened, and how concerned we should all be?
Yeah, I think there's a few things that people need to pay attention to here. How the data was stolen is not 100% clear, but we know that this data was stolen in vast quantities. And I think the concern people...
How is it unclear, y'all? How can 3 billion Americans have their data stolen? Literally, Social Security cards, address, with your Social Security number, anything can happen. We're talking about everybody's. Y'all, where's the public outrage? Why is the public not marching in the streets right now trying to figure out what's going on? You know what? Satan has really destroyed this nation to the point where people don't even care. People don't even care. It's like, who has this information and what are they going to do with it? What does this mean for the people? Let's go.
People have to have is around not only the volume of data, that's obviously, billions of records, but also what's in that data and what was stolen. And so we know that Social Security numbers were included.
Satan has to tell you the truth that they're doing something with the Social Security. They have to let you know. They're letting you know that they're making a change. They have to tell you, but they're not telling you what they're doing. Let's go. Maybe we watch this and they'll get into it a little more.
Telephone numbers were included, home addresses, date of birth. These are really critical pieces of a person's identity that can be put together and used in a lot of different nefarious ways.
Gang stalking, organized mobbing, targeting people, trafficking, organ harvesting. Do y'all understand what he just said? I'm going to rewind this and I want y'all to really pay attention to what's happening in America right now.
In a lot of different nefarious ways. A person's identity that can be put together and used in a lot of different nefarious ways. Date of birth. These are really, numbers were included, telephone numbers were included, home addresses, date of birth. These are really critical pieces of a person's identity that can be put together and used in a lot of different nefarious ways.
Well, and so what are the implications here? Because when you talk about our Social Security numbers, our dates of birth, this is the kind of information that we use for pretty much everything, right? For a credit card.
So now we got your solution. Come down, get the mark of the beast. Hey, everybody, your Social Security has been jeopardized and anything can happen. So how about this? Hey, listen, download this app and it can be protected. It can't be hacked. 2 years later, a year later, that app gets hacked. You know what? We just can't get rid of these hackers. It's going to have to be implantable. We're going to have to implant it. So this is a scare tactic, but I'm going to tell y'all what this is. It's a scare tactic, but it's also that they're doing something with the Social Security system, that they're doing something with it. I personally believe that they perhaps are rolling out a social credit system. And I also that they're using some of this information to target certain people. That's just my theory. Everything from cloning. I know y'all might be like, Bree, you be going out of there with it. But hey, even if they just trying to get information to make AI clones, don't put nothing past this society. Yep, somebody said Rex 89 experiment. The Rex 89 plan. This stuff is real.
To verify our medical information, you name it.
Yeah, your Social Security number is an identifier, right? And actually, people might be surprised to know your phone number now is an identifier too, since most of us are now attached to individual phone numbers on our cell phones.
Wow, I just said that they're going to have something on the phone. They're foreshadowing, y'all. I'm on point with this. They're going to have an app on the phone next. That's what's next. Instead of the Social Security cards, they're going to get rid of that. It's probably going to be an app. Man, what's that one series? Black Mirror. Y'all remember Black Mirror, where everybody had a social credit system on their phones to show what their social credit score was. And they were able to do their purchases, tap to pay using their phone. I'm telling you, that's exactly what the next step is. Tap to pay using your phone. You can have access to everything, but then they're going to find a way to hack that. This is how they're going to get to this mark of the beast thing, slowly but surely.
Not like the old days. So I think there are some concerns there around how these are used. There is some good news in this, in the sense that, you know, it used to be that your social security number was on your driver's license and was on your medical card. And a lot of that stuff's been washed out of the system in order to prevent abuse. But these data can be used against you to open accounts, to try to reset accounts, to try and get into accounts that are existing. And that's a concern for everyone.
So, Michael, what can we do about it? I saw a post on social media about doing a credit freeze. Are there other tips? Is that advisable? And are there other tips, things you can do to protect yourself right now?
Yeah, there are. And I think, you know, let's just also take the big picture here. They stole so many billions of records that, you know, you have to look and see what your risk really is, right? There's no.
Wow, that's his logic on that. Well, since they stole so many, man, you know, what's the chance of y'all getting hit up? Listen, if you're a targeted individual, if you chosen, they can do all kind of nefarious things. They can ruin your credit. You trying to get you a home, you trying to come up in the world, and you wonder why you being turned down for everything, because they done some insidious actions behind the scene, and they made it so they can force you to homelessness. Like, man, come on now. They can do a lot. They can do a whole lot with that.
Way they can exploit 2.9 billion, you know, records against all of us and conduct all these activities. So there's some good news there. Certainly, a credit freeze could be important, especially for people who aren't, you know, maybe trying to get credit all the time right now, because a credit freeze means you have to open up your credit every time you want to, you know, if you're trying to apply for a mortgage or some kind of new account that requires a credit check. I think, you know, doing the basics here is actually the most important piece. You know, there are things like, you know, most of the password managers people use now, or Google has this as well. You can go out and see if your information has been lost, you know, on the dark web. You should be using strong authentication on your own account. So making sure that, you know, wherever possible, you're not just using a password to access your accounts, because that makes you vulnerable. And
then the dark web, that ain't no joke either. You know, I mean, this trafficking thing and organ harvesting, you know, people buying poisons in your name. You know what they can do? They can frame you. They can be trying to take somebody out, buy a poisonous toxin and put it in your name. It's crazy, man.
You know, trying to get into account, if you have something, a multi-factor authentication using something like a security key or these new pass keys that are quite available now, you can really protect accounts from being hacked.
All right, Michael Kaiser, great to have you. Thank you.
Well, there's a new lawsuit that claims.
Oh, snap. I was on mute. But this stuff is crazy, man. But solutions, direction. Pardon me. What is the Bible telling us to do? Hold on. I got another source. How do we exit the matrix?
5 components needed for freedom from the mainstream system. Number 1, land. This is the foundational resource upon which freedom from the mainstream system is built. Without access to land, all the other components of freedom are inaccessible. That's why when I sold my home and business and set off in search of freedom, I had a singular goal in mind: access land. Number 2, water. This is the lifeblood of any independent system, and having access to clean and reliable water is fundamental. The very first thing I did after accessing our land was to drill a 60-meter borehole, from which we pump into a 10,000-litre storage tank and gravity feed our entire farm with clean water. Number 3, energy. Independent energy production such as solar, wind or hydro is crucial for freedom. That's why our farm is run entirely from off-grid solar power. Number 4, food production. If we wish to sustain ourselves outside the mainstream system, we must not be dependent on it to feed ourselves. Therefore, producing your own food is a must. We've transformed our bare land into a thriving farm in just over a year and are already producing over 90% of our own food. Most people are aware of these first 4 components of freedom, and combined they symbolize the goal of self-sufficiency. But self-sufficiency is a scam. Becoming self-sufficient, you may be able to survive outside the mainstream system, but you will never thrive. And you definitely won't have freedom, because you will have swapped your slavery to the mainstream system for slavery to your own system. Systems do not have a mind of their own. They operate as they were designed, and the system designed around a single person or family, i.e. self-sufficiency, by default can never offer freedom.
That means it can't just be by yourself.
True independence, true freedom can only be built with component number 5, and that's community.
Community, 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 community. And I know it sounds cliche, but that is the only way to exit the matrix from all that's coming. And this is what the Bible continually tells us to do. Gather yourselves together, build ye homes and dwell therein, plant ye gardens and eat the fruit thereof. I mean, it's all in the book. He's telling us what we need to do, because this system is going to reset. And the question is, where are you going to get caught up? Now, that's a solution. Now, I'm not going to say too much more regarding that. I got more sources. All I will say is, if you are interested in community, as some of you all know out there, UP Farms is our community. We just recently had a jamboree not too long ago. And if you have any invested interest in that, you can go on Nubreed.love and you can put in your project proposal, and you could just touch bases with the brethren and get in touch. If you are a fellow homesteader, or you own land, or you are involved in community building, feel free to also hit me up via Instagram, and we can touch bases. And, I'm always going to offer some type of solution for the people, because I don't just get on here and talk about the problems and ills of society. But make no mistake about it, you got to be aware of what's taking place. Now, I got another source I want to go to, because everybody is looking for those solutions, right? But is everybody willing to do what's needed? Let's go.
Do something about society today. We don't have a healthy society today. We got a multi-millionaire countries in United.
The scripture says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people are mourning right now. Let's go.
United States of America. We are the wealthiest land there is, yet we have people that are homeless. Yet we have people that are standing on the corner begging for food. That should never happen.
Now, brothers and sisters, please pound the like button if you're gaining insight. We're only 50 people from 1,000 in the building. Let's get that 1,000 in there. If we do get 1,000, I will open the lines. And the only way I will open a line, share the link, is if we get that 1,000. And if y'all want that to happen, everybody watching need to hit the like button. Let's continue, because I'll do Q&A, whatever the case is at the end, and that'll be the new thing. If y'all get the likes up, get the views, it's the watch count where it needs to be, then we'll open the lines. Let's go.
Rent has went up so high, people can't even pay their own mortgage payments. They can't pay their own rent because the rent keeps going up so high, because corporate America is making it so hard for everybody. Minimum wage right now need to be at least $30. Minimum wage. You can't make it off no $10 to $12. You can't make it off $20.
This is facts, man. Minimum wage need to be $40 to $50. I'm just telling you the truth. Rent is crazy. Not only that, the groceries. Fam, the groceries are insane, y'all. It's almost so bad, it's cheaper to eat out. I'm dead serious. It's cheaper to eat out. And that's just insane.
Rent itself is over $1,000, and then you got all your other bills, and then you got to have a car. We need to do something about our society today. We are failing, but yet you can pay football players millions of dollars to play a sport. Rappers, you can pay them millions of dollars to rap about something that nobody needs to know about killing people.
Because they want to keep the people distracted. It's called bread and circus. They was doing this in ancient Rome. It's the same thing happening all over again. It's the same thing, y'all. Ain't nothing new under the sun. And this is why the Bible says in Hebrews 11:7, it says, by faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark, the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and become heir of the righteousness which is by faith. It says, by faith, Noah, being warned of God things not seen yet, moved with fear. New breed, that's fear mongering. Didn't the Bible say Noah moved with fear? What are we talking about? That's fear mongering. Noah moved with what? Fear. Because the Most High showed him what needed to be done. So he did what needed to be done. Yeah. This is real talk. Anyway, let's continue.
People and drug handling and doing drive-bys, yet they make millions of dollars to go out and sing this trash to embed it in our children's head to mess up their future. Not needed. But we got teachers that go to school to educate the world, and they get paid $30,000-$40,000 a year. They can't live off of that. We have got to do better as a society. We have got to start writing letters to Congress, start talking about this more so that people can know that we're not satisfied. You know,
and that's what make these type of platforms so important, because we the people are the power, and the politics that we address, that's what has to be acknowledged. You know, we allow those puppets like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris to be put in front of us because we don't realize the power that we have. We keep falling for these fake empowerment movements. And it's really just covert warfare, saying women empowerment, minority empowerment, you know, all this marginalized group here is empowered. And really they destabilizing you because they're making you believe they have to give you power. They're making you believe that they have to give you power when you already have the power. You have to address what's going on. And that's why this type of material has to be spread so people can have the word. Yep, somebody said these are big facts. Master manipulators and people falling for it. That's a fact. And all the women believe that they're going to be empowered through Kamala Harris, but really they're just going to be force-fed more feminism. I really feel sorry for the women. That's what I'm really fearful for. If Kamala is put in this office, I'm just afraid of the mindset of women. I'm afraid of what will happen to them. I don't think that they're going to be safe. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I don't think they're going to be safe under her presidency. And that's real talk. Let's continue.
Single day I get somebody calling me saying, do you want to sell your house? No, if I sell my house, where am I going to live? Yet and still, if I sold my house and I'm checking on apartment rates, the apartments are higher than my house payment. What the hell? Why would I do that? I'm telling you, we need to start writing letters. We need to start talking about it and stop being silent. We're being oppressed by the rich. We're being oppressed and depressed because people are working 50, 60, 70 hours a week just to live the lifestyle that they want to live. It should not be that hard. There is money in America. CEOs are making top dollars to do what? To manage and delegate because they got 100 managers under them. So what are they really doing with their millions that they're making? And why are they making it again? They're the ones that's buying up all the houses. Well, they can afford it because they're making all the money.
That's true. They're buying up all the houses because they want the land. Sabrina says, I agree with you about feminism. Absolutely. Yeah, Kamala Harris is definitely going to spread more of that, and it's going to leave a lot of women with the wrong mindset. Let's continue here.
We need to do better as a society, or we're crumbling down. They wonder why crime rate is so high. What do you expect people to do when they can't feed their family? What do you expect people to do when they make $10 an hour? Just going to college doesn't guarantee you a good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're very close to that 1,000 mark. Again, if you can hit the like button, if you're listening, you're gaining understanding. If you do hit the like button and get the view count over 1,000, we will open up the lines by sharing a link. And I will allow you, brothers and sisters, to share your thoughts on all of this and how you are personally preparing. How you are personally preparing. That will be the topic. If we can get the likes up and the view count over 1,000. Let's go.
It does not. Don't be fooled. People say go to college, make more money. You're not guaranteed more money because of that, babe. Believe me yet. People have degrees and are still struggling. People in professional positions struggle. Let's fight.
That's right. And the way you fight is you start to become more self-sufficient. And well, you become communal minded. Because like the brother said in the last video, self-sufficiency is not the answer. Community is. Because you can have all of those things. You can have water, you can have food, you can have land, but if you're by yourself and you don't have community, you are a slave to yourself, because you're going to have to work. Oh, you're going to have to just continually work to maintain that. Community works. Well, one person don't have, the next does have. That's how it has to go. Oh, it's more sources. There's more sources. I have a very interesting source to go to, actually. Let me make sure this one is it. Let me see.
My name is John here, and I decided to make this video because I've been this earth for 65 years. I've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen people come, I've seen people go. I've seen fads, I've seen situations, I've seen everything that happened. And this world has changed and has moved from one shift to another shift. I'm gonna tell you all this. I'm gonna tell you this with everything I know. As a 65-year-old man, this is the worst it's ever been. This is the worst this planet has ever been today. This is the most perverted, demonic.
And that's what I'm saying. Evil has reached its height. There has to be there's no other choice. Either take the narrow path or fall in destruction with these demons out here. There's no other choice. The times are too real.
Greedy, uncaring, filthy planet that I ever experienced today. This planet today, with all of the perversion and sexual immorality and greed for money and no care for life at all.
Everything is about money with people. People will sell their own brothers out. People will sell their own mothers out. People will sacrifice their family. There's no decorum. There's no respect. There's no mercy. There's no forgiveness. There's so much sexual impurity. There's so many people hating on each other. Listen, when the elder's speaking, when the OG is speaking, he's telling you exactly what's happening. And yeah, somebody said it's perverts everywhere. Literally, there's for some reason an inordinate amount of men out here in Atlanta jacking off on women in the damn grocery stores. A lot of you not just straight up just jacking off on buses, grocery stores. Like, I don't know what kind of sex magic, what kind of perversion these men are under, but it's getting crazy out here. They doing this stuff in public places. Like Satan is really jumping in people. The birth rate low. I'm talking about the birth rate. Man, ladies and gentlemen, no babies are being born right now. I mean, it's so rare that it's so rare for people to just be having babies. Y'all know we talk about how bad the times are, but I need y'all to understand how many stores have been shut down. Think about Toys R Us, Osh Gosh Be Gosh. Think of all the baby stores, all the children's stores that used to be up. Just think about it. You don't even see these places no more. You know why? These women not having babies. They getting abortions. They taking day after pills. They going down to the clinic. I'm talking about this generation. What do they call it? Gen Z? They reckless with it. I'm talking about they're on a path of straight up genocide. When the scriptures say, if the Most High didn't shorten the times, no flesh would survive this. The Bible is not lying. If he don't shorten the time, no flesh will survive this.
It's just fine. I'm telling you now, I've never seen it this worse, not even close. To the point, as I walk down the street, I want to just throw up in my stomach. I want to vomit. And I see how filthy, how indoctrinated, how the devil has actually taken over people's lives. The devil actually infiltrated the righteousness of God through his own creation. I'm telling you. People.
Wow. See, he can feel what I feel. And the way he's wording it is exactly why I want to be in a communal environment with people who are like-minded. Because just walking in a grocery store, just walking in a mall, just feeling the presence of these entities that operate through people, just seeing how selfish and stingy and how distant, how rude and callous people are. And I don't know if y'all see this, but there's a dead stare on a lot of people. There's literally a dead stare on a lot of people. They don't have life in their eyes anymore. It's like no regard for human life. It's like the Matrix, social media has warped them and destroyed them. Even the young people look twice or even 3 times their age. You can't even tell their age. And they look like there's nothing in their eyes. Lifeless. They have a lifeless look. They seem cold, almost like zombies. And then when you get around them, you get this feeling. It's like, yo, where am I at? And that's why when we left UP Farms, everybody who left UP Farms said the same thing. Yo, there was people leaving who got emotional because they know what they were going back home to. There's people who made lifetime friends when we came together for that camping trip because they got a break from the madness and sickness of this world. They got a break from the loneliness. Of all things, the loneliness. Because I don't know about y'all, but out here, I'm not ashamed to say that it's lonely out here. Even if you got an immediate family, you got your wives, your husbands, whatever y'all got going on, right? It's still lonely. Because you know that as soon as you step foot out of this house, don't nobody got your best interests at heart. And we are over 1,000 people in the chat. Give it up for yourselves. I'm going to finish breaking down this video, and then I'm going to open up the lines. So y'all stay tuned. And again, once I open up the lines, what we're talking about is we're going to be discussing what are you doing to prepare in these times and why. Again, what are you doing to prepare for these times and why? All right, let's go.
People walking around seduced by the devil, and they think it's right. They walk around moved by Satan, by the evil god of this world, and they think that I should accept it, that I should applaud it, that I should move with it, that I should be thankful. This is what they think. this earth right now, nothing's greater than money and sex in this earth. Money, the love of all money, root of all evil, and sexual morality.
This is a fact. People will do you dirty for just the almighty dollar. People falling out with their families over money. People won't have nothing to do with their brother or sister, mother, father, all over money. And then when it comes to sex, the perversion that's going on in this society, people just don't even know how to control themselves no more. It even oozes out of their mouths when they speak. Everybody's a pervert. Men and women, they don't know how to even have no decorum or even how to speak and communicate respectfully because they all twisted in the mind. Like, what kind of society are we living in? Telling you.
It's the thing that's taking
everybody's mind in the gutter.
This earth down to the bottom. Now, both of things are of the devil. So I'm praying that come back. I'm praying that come back here and clean this filth up. I'm praying.
Why they bleeping out Christ or whatever he's saying comes back and clean the filth up? But that's what need to happen.
That God come back.
Let me tell y'all something. I know I talk about community and all those things, and it's very important to move accordingly and prepare, but ain't nobody going to fix this mess. Can't nobody clean up this mess but the Messiah. So although it's a solution, it's only temporary. Because what's coming to this world, we're going to have to make adjustments, but we're not saying that we're going to have the solution. We just have a solution. Christ got to clean this up, y'all. It's too far gone. It's just too far gone. Let's go.
Take his children off this earth and do his job like he did in Sodom and Gomorrah. If he did it to Sodom and Gomorrah, then God owes them apology if he ain't doing it to this planet. This planet is 10 times worse than Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's a fact.
In every way. There's more filthy, unadulterated, unadulterated sexual immorality in this earth than any time on the planet.
Evil has reached its height.
Anytime.
Evil has reached its height, y'all. And I have shared the link, and we're gonna take somewhere around 7 people. We're gonna do 7 people. And you got 5 minutes each. All right. And the topic of discussion is, what are you doing to prepare and why? If you don't have nothing to add to the discussion, if you are a person who cannot properly articulate your message, if you are simply coming on my stream to just say what's up, and you don't really want to add to the message, meaning you haven't watched what we discussed, then please do not join. I will immediately remove you. All right, so be prepared. And since I'm not on camera, you're not required to be on camera, but what you can do is put yourself on camera in the background so I can see you in the queue before adding you, just to make sure you're not some kind of weirdo or perp. Because everybody has seen my face before, so you know who I am. So if you are in the queue, if you're in the back, make sure that you turn your camera on so I can see who you are. Then I will allow you in. Meantime, in between time, I'm going to put another source on the screen, and we'll go from there. Actually, see a couple people joining in already, but feel free to join. Let's see here. And while we're doing that, I will, hold up. Let's see. I think this is.
Let's say this, all right? Because it's heavy on my chest. As for you women that gets on this motherfucking internet and think that you can just wave your degrees in everybody's face, and you're telling the world that you don't need a man for nothing. You Mrs. Independent. You graduated from college. You making money, baby. Let me tell you something. Every day, and I'm not making this up when I say this, okay? I've been a single woman for years, okay? I've been working on myself within the past maybe 3 to 4 years, okay? Every day I wish I had the protection of a man behind me. I don't give a fuck what I got. You cannot protect yourself. You cannot protect yourself.
And I stop right there right now because we're gonna definitely react to this in another video. But she's dropping nothing but facts right now. But here's the thing. When we add some real context to everything she's saying, it's going to really enlighten a lot of you ladies when it comes to, preparation. So, this is something, I know there's people waiting in the back, but I'm a actually I already started playing the video. So y'all please be patient with me. I'm going to react to a little more of this, right? Because I already started it. I actually was saving this video for something else, but let's get to it.
I don't give a damn how you slice it. You women running around here thinking that your degrees and thinking that all of these things is going to get you protection, baby. This world is going downhill. Y'all better go find you somebody to settle with, okay? I seen that balloon popping dating show. You women running around here critiquing men for so many different things. I don't like his shoes. I don't like his style. He's under 5'7". Let me ask you a question. I'm going to land the plane with this one. Do you think Sonya Massey would have been executed if she would have had a man in the house with her?
She's telling the truth. And what she's saying is you ladies got to humble yourselves. See, that TV show is simply designed, that balloon pop is simply designed to get you women pretty much acclimated to turning down every man that you see. Missing your potential husband, leaving you alone and unprotected because they're preparing to make moves. Women are the spoils of war. Always remember that. Women are the spoils of war. And so this is something else that we got to prepare for. Things are going to change. Let's go.
Me and my homeboy was talking about this the other day. She said, you know what? She wouldn't have been executed because if she would have had a man in the house, a dominant, healthy, masculine man that knows how to protect himself and his family, she wouldn't have had to call the police. Y'all better get with the fucking program. You running around here thinking your goddamn degrees and everything is going to protect you. It's not. It's not going to protect you. It's not. You need a man. Especially you black women, you need a black man around that's going to protect you at all times. Okay? Because it's hard out here being a single mother, and I got to walk around with my 9mm everywhere I go with my hand on the motherfucking trigger everywhere I go. Because I'm scared to death. I don't know what's going to happen. All right? So y'all better start running around here and thinking that you don't need no man. And because all I know is I'm patiently waiting for one. I'm patiently waiting for one. Because it's nothing like that protection. I'm telling you. It's nothing like a man calling you. You made it there safe, baby. Let me know if you need anything. I can meet you out there. You need some gas, whatever the case may be. Y'all women are crazy. And y'all need to stop pushing this independent rhetoric because you're going to get these women unalived out here.
Now, you can tell she's genuine in what she's saying. That lady's fed up. That lady fed up. She know what she need, and she ain't ashamed to tell the other sisters about it, because that goes into preparation too. You know what I'm saying? She's speaking the truth. But sometimes you just got to let the ladies speak it, because sometimes when us brothers say these same things, y'all don't take it the right way. It's like we're saying the same thing, but you have to hear it from a woman's point of view who's fed up, especially some of you younger sisters out there, because you know what I'm saying, you think you got your whole life ahead of you until you see one of your sisters who are a little bit more aged than you are telling you what it is. So, give it up to her. That was a good speech that she just made. And I'm going to start, allowing some people in so we can kind of chop it up. Everybody, please keep your conversation under 5 minutes. Try to articulate. If you already know what you're going to talk about, what you want to say, just be prepared. All right. Leah Israel, we're going to go with you first. Hold on one moment. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're loud and clear.
Yes. Hi, Nubreed. How you been?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hanging in there. I just wanted to let you know, basically what the young lady was saying, I agree 100%. I also want to talk to you about the land.
Okay.
How much is it to purchase the land? Like they go about how much you have? How does it work?
But it doesn't work like that. You put in your own project proposal. So
Okay.
for instance, if you wanted to build something on said land, right? You would
Mhm.
go on Nubreed.love, put in
Okay.
a proposal, and you'd pretty much build on that land. So it's free land.
Okay.
The only thing people would be charged is people in the community. Of course, if we're living in a community together, we all got to put in something every month,
Right.
to maintain the land. And as of now, I think it's only a few $100s as of now. If people were to buy, let's say a trailer home, a container home, RV, whatever they want to live in,
Mhm.
you run that project through the proposal, and then be prepared to support the land monthly. and
Okay.
and that's how it works. But it's free land. Whatever you want to build, that's on you. Whatever your finances would allow you to do, that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. I'm interested.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely. Just go on newbreed.love, and then you can fill out your project proposal, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
All right,
Bye-bye.
talk to you soon. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. We see JJ Diesel. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey man, my thing is like, okay, I live in Arkansas, and me and my dad was talking about getting some things to just, okay, just say they come up with this thing they want to shut down the dollar. Can't buy nothing with the dollar. Well, we were trying to get things I mentioned in the chat as far as getting bug out bags and survival gear and camping gear and stuff like that. Uh, I think that's a thing we all need to focus on too. And
That's
then
true. That's true. Survival gear, camping gear, how to actually survive.
and then
Yep.
and then make a list of things that like a water purifier. Then make a list of things that herbs and things that natural herbs that's natural healing. You know uh remedies, natural healing remedies and stuff. They're all around us. We just need to know what to look for. And I've been, even a white woman was showing this on a video. I hadn't seen it no more in a while.
Are you
I
talking
think
are you talking about the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies from Nicole Apollyon and Claude Davis?
I think so.
Yeah,
Something.
I got that book, and that book is amazing. And if you out in the woods and you trying to survive, you out there, you can literally just, it's almost like a dictionary for just everything that's out there, out there. So that's some good advice. That's really good
Yeah.
advice for the people.
Thank you. And a lot of things in that book would grow right here in Arkansas. And we just got to know how to recognize it when we see this stuff. Then we need our tents, we need our bug out bags. We need you know, stuff to be able to clean ourselves. Um yeah, like to go back to the book of the remedies. We need to be able to treat ourselves, grow our own food, hunt. We need to protect ourselves. We need to, God is going to gather us in the wilderness,
That's
right? You got to keep this in mind. That's why I thought about this anyway. I watched another YouTuber. I like him very much. He mentioned bug out bag. That's the first time I heard a bug out bag.
Yeah.
And me and my dad is getting a list of things together like a tent, camping gear, uh, survival gear, bug out bag, backpack, all of that stuff. And I always keep my gas tank in my little old raggedy pickup full. You never know, right?
Right.
And there's people all around me talking about more and more. I run into people talking about being prepared,
Right.
and
And hold on, let
I
me
just
ask you
want to
this.
say,
In Arkansas, so in Arkansas, a lot of people because there was a couple brothers that came out to our last retreat from Arkansas. So is it people out there just aware from what you see? They just know what's going on?
I think it's not just in Arkansas. I think it's all around. It's just little pockets of people coming together is what it is. It's a miracle. Is actually what's really happening. I really
Right.
believe that, and that increases my faith. I was thinking about that earlier tonight. This lady where I get my gas at, one of my favorite gas stations. They got 20 cents off. It's 10 miles out. Well, 9 miles out, 10 miles out. And I happened to run across her, and they got like 10 acres.
Right.
Told her, I said, well, I forgot how we come across this conversation, but I said, well, when they get rid of the dollar, I'm gonna bug out. And some kind of way she mentioned she got 10 acres of land, this, that, and the other and stuff.
Oh, that's what's up. And see, let me say this. You
Okay.
know, because sometimes people think when I talk on this channel that I only want people who want to link up with us and come to UP Farms. Listen, if you got somebody locally where you're at who you want to sojourn with, who got some acreage, if you got trusted people, this go for y'all all over the world. Y'all don't have to trust any person online or anything like that. Look, if you got your own family that's a support system with you for you, and y'all want to come together, get a few acres, get 5-6 acres, come together in the community. Maybe y'all know about 6 families, 5 families, 3 families, 4 or 5 families. Y'all could start with that. That's a start. You know what I'm saying? But we got access to 110 acres. That's the thing. That's a great start. So, I say that to say if you're looking to be in a bigger community environment, then that's when you should join us. Because we are definitely development. There's a lot of project proposals coming down. There's a lot of people who want to come out. There's a lot of investors. There's a lot going on behind the scenes as of late. And so if you want to be a part of a bigger community, that's when you could join us. But if you know people around, do what you do. I mean, I really promote that. I just want to make people aware of the times they're living in so they can move accordingly.
Exactly. But you know what? I really, in my heart, I really want to, meet you even if I don't, you had the event before. It would be an honor to just say, hey, I've been here. We're on the same page. We got our stuff over here. If you need anything, this, that, and other, we got this. You say y'all need this. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
We're with you.
See that, and that's what hey brother, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Networking with other communities is important too. Like, and that's the type of people I want to bump shoulders with. But I want to give everybody adequate time to join the panel. This is I think you're the third person. I'm gonna allow a few more in before I shut down. But definitely, man, hit me up on my Instagram, bro. Hit me up on IG so we can keep in touch.
Let me say one more thing before I go. Walmart is selling mason jars. You know what a mason jar is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I love you. I appreciate it. Shalom. Thank you for letting me talk. I'm gonna step down.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Peace and blessings. All right, we got AJ. What's going on, AJ?
Hey, how you doing, Nubreed? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
So, for me to start, I feel like I have been relating a lot to current situations that you have been going through when dealing with people and certain situations. And I feel like, personally, the biggest thing that God has been showing me is the renewal of your mind and getting out your comfort zone. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are moving fast. So the one thing that we have to really focus on is completely surrendering and trusting in God lately, more than ever. And a lot of people are so distracted and so focused on the wrong things. It's just like, like slow down. He got you. He's in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of spirits and a lot of different forces operating in people that just want to slow down progress. And that's why we got to keep on staying focused. And that's one thing I learned. Satan, his job is to stop purpose. He wants you distracted. And in our position as people who can see, we can't allow that to happen because there's so much changes that's happening in the world, and we got to be suitable. Because if we, get on the level of these demons and entities, we're not going to be able to move accordingly. So I'm glad that you can see. That's
biggest thing has been patience for me, because I've been seeing how a lot of people have been really impatient, definitely with driving lately too. Like, it's been really hectic, like in cities and different areas, and like patience hasn't been a very big thing with people. And I know that God, one of the fruits of God is patience. So it shows a lot on the world right now, and like how fast and quick to anger they are.
That's a fact. I noticed that as well. Yeah, just people just, I mean, even if you walking across the street, and let's say in a parking lot at a grocery store, you got your kids with you, people are dead to run you over.
Yeah,
it's
like they're willing to go to the distance nowadays.
Yeah,
just over something so small.
Yeah, they don't value human life. That's how real it is. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, most definitely. And
let me ask you this, because I did ask everybody this question. What well, you already kind of told me why you may be preparing, but what are you doing to kind of move in a direction to fit, to basically navigate through how people are moving these days?
So lately, for me, disconnecting from people that has not been benefiting me in my life to increase my purpose and increase what I am, and trying to relate to people that is, similar minded too. Lately, like, I just lost 2 of my best friends, and they were,
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, I lost 2 of my best friends, but what it showed me is like God was protecting me from them. Is that God was showing me I'm on a different path. What it was showing me is like, like at the end of the day, my purpose isn't the same as their purpose. Their purpose is vanity. Their purpose is temporariness. Their purpose is something that's not even going to be lasting. My purpose is trying to find something that can last, that can sustain and build from generations.
Man, hey, you have no idea how much I just related to that, brother AJ.
And that's why I feel like today I wanted to talk to you, because a lot of stuff that we talked before. That's the thing.
Right.
We talked a couple of times actually. And it's just like today I felt the Holy Spirit wanted me to communicate this to you, because at the same time I want you to know that you are on the right path. What you're doing, you're on the right path.
Thank you, brother. And so are you. And I appreciate hearing that. And thank you for coming on. And we're going to talk again. Every time we open a line up, you already know you welcome to come through.
Okay, I appreciate it. Shalom.
Absolutely. Shalom. It's a good brother right there. Over 50 and fabtabulous, or?
Yes, I look kind of raggedy and I look kind of crazy, but the minute I heard the word bug out bag, I knew I had to come on here.
Oh, I know that's
this right here. This right here, I hope I'm aiming just right, is a bug out bag. It's a bag.
Okay. Could you show us?
Consider. Okay, would you like me to pull some stuff up? Want me to pull some stuff out? All right. I apologize. I don't know how to flip this around. This here is a 72-hour food supply.
Nice.
There's your stainless steel cup in there.
Right.
I know this is going to look crazy, but this is purified drinking water. I also have a thing where you can take water like out of a creek and clean your water.
Okay. That's what's
See, this has been coming. See, I have a friend of mine that is I live in Oregon. Don't ask me why I left the West Coast and I'm here, but I'm here and that's life. Woo-hoo. Here's a part of the thingy that you use to clean your water.
Right.
Okay. You also want to have some kind of rations. It's a bunch of different kinds of foods. Please know that you need to start stocking up on food. Just pretend that the grid is down. I keep telling people, act like you're camping, but in your house, condo, or whatever. If we lose the grid, if these people trying to get in with the voting, they get mad.
What did
Yeah,
you
I apologize.
where'd you get that
Mhm.
bug out bag? Where'd you get that?
I had a friend order this for me. I think it was like about $69. You
And I
can look up. You can look online. I think she got it from Walmart.com. Believe it or not. Even had it. Even this was before the pandemic. They even had this in there. Guess what they were thinking? But anyways.
That's right.
And then make sure that you can put together some ibuprofen, some ACE bandages and stuff like that. A way to brace your arm if somebody. This has a bunch of stuff in there, including matches, the waterproof matches. She also we have a tent.
That's right.
Okay, and then what else we got? Oh yeah, my son used to be in the military. He left us behind. God knows exactly what he's doing for me because I'm by myself. But anyways, his old army thingy where I could put stuff in and put it on my back.
That's
So
right.
I told my friend, we've been talking about this for many years. He's ready for the apocalypse. He's been saving like the army rations, those kinds of foods like this.
Right.
Like this. All you have to do is add water. You can go to the Dollar Tree, you can go to Walmart now while food is available and consider getting you and saving you some of stuff like this.
Right.
A 1 p.m. meal. Yes, it may not be the healthiest thing in the world. Stuff
Right.
like this. I'll be out of your way in a minute. I know you got a lot of
do your
people.
thing. You are literally showing people you're doing exactly what I asked from the people doing. Yep.
I've been quietly watching you. I just subscribed to you about 2 weeks ago. You are a very wise young man. And see, I'm 64 years old. I'm a little bit nervous. That's why I'm talking over you, and I beg your forgiveness. No disrespect intended, but I've been holding this in for about 2 years. So what you want to do is consider canned tuna fish. Just think about it this way. You have some kind of meat or some kind of just whatever kind of protein, right? So what's wrong with this for dinner? What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
Your children aren't going to complain, right? A way to clean your water, some kind of medicines, and just stuff like that. And there was something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't quite remember. God is the head of my life and saved my life many, many years ago. I was a fake Christian. I was one of those phony ones that wore the baggy dress. I was behaving on Sunday and wilding out during the week. I was fake. No longer. It's been about 30 years since me being a fake believer. But I believe in the Most High God, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. And my life is for Him. He gave me my life. The only other thing, I don't want to cry, is I want to tell you that you say, I didn't get a birthday gift. I didn't get this gift or that gift. Every single day you wake up, you're given a gift that someone yesterday was given their last gift. That, i.e., the Father let you live another day. See? Right. And it's very, very important. It's very, very important. I know I sound a little bit disjointed, and I'm very nervous.
Don't be nervous. And you're full of wisdom, and you don't look 64, by the way.
Bless you.
Yes,
may I please share a little testimony?
Sure.
Just very quick, I promise.
Sure.
I used to like to drink beer. Okay. I could polish off 24 cans of beer in a weekend by myself. I was going through depression or whatever. I would wake up, I would lock up my apartment on a Friday, get a whole bunch of beer and drink all the way through the weekend. And one day, I was functioning, but it was brought to my mind that you could still be, even if you drink a whole bunch of coffee and have breakfast, the devil can deceive you and you can still be a little drunk and get behind the wheel and hurt somebody, maybe unalive a person. These thoughts are just coming to my mind, and I sort of froze when the thoughts started to come. So it was a Friday evening. I was headed to work. I was working in the factory. I thank God I retired. But anyways, I was working in a factory, and I was driving to work. I had $10 to my name, and I was supposed to put the $10 in the tank and just head to work. I started thinking to myself, I really don't care. I'll just put $2 in the tank and get a cheap thing of beer, go home, get drunk, and hide under the covers. And all of a sudden, this thought, it came to my mind. If you will put, this is what the thought said, for lack of a better intelligent way to express myself. If you will put the entire $10 in your tank, you'll never drink another drop the rest of your life.
Wow.
And literally, I pulled into this gas station / convenience store. Literally with shaking hands, I handed the $10 bill to the clerk. I'll take $10 on pump number, whatever. I put the gas in the car. I went to work. It was a Friday. So I came home, and the next day, I used to go to the little Rite Aid right near my apartment complex. I just could walk over there. I opened up, I looked at the cooler, I looked at the beer. This is the next day. I had no desire for it. I got a Pepsi, and that was about 2012, and I haven't had another drop. Now, if you don't know our God, you ought to get to know the Most High. He saved my life. I could have unalived a person. You hear me?
Right.
I could not recognize what I was doing. And I just want to tell you, if you're listening at me, please understand that God is very real. The Most High is very real. Give your life over to Him. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to lose so much if I get saved, or if I get saved, I'm going to lose so much. I might lose friends. I may lose family. I've said this over and over. You're not going to lose. You're not going to lose anything. You're going to gain everything.
Oh,
and
great.
that's.
Your
I love y'all. I love y'all so very much. And I guess I'll step down, but I just wanted to stop in.
Thank you. Feel free to come in anytime. We appreciate you.
Young brother, you are, God has gifted you with leadership and so much wisdom. No matter what you hear, no matter any negative vibes, you know the enemy is real. He's going to try to push your shoulder like this, try to bother you and stuff like that. That is to be ignored. You're great, and you're meant for greatness. I'm not buttering your bread because it can't be butter because you're a very wise person. But I just wanted to I hope that I can lift you up and know that many people care about you. They love you. You're a very important person. Please keep going.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
You as well. Take care.
All right. Man, oh man. And you know, the wisdom that was coming from that woman was remarkable. While we talking about preparing, she's preparing physically, but when we talk about preparing, we also talking about putting away the old person that we were, renewing the mind, putting away sins that can really take us out. And that's a powerful testimony, because a lot of people need to hear that your vices can be overcame, and it can happen so quick just based on you having a righteous heart. You know what I'm saying? Just based on your heart being right. The Most High can change your life. You just got to embrace Him and genuinely be seeking salvation. So that was a beautiful testimony. Bless that sister. I want to bring on Brother Zach in the building. Let me see. I think.
All right.
All right.
Shalom.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clearly.
All right. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. What's going on, brother?
It's a pleasure. Well, first of all, I want to say I have actually had my teenage daughter been watching you too. We've been watching you before you cut them dreads. And there'd be times where I walk past her room and I would hear your voice coming out of her room. And I'm like, what is you listening to? And she'd be like, New Breed. I'm like, I didn't even know you was watching me. See, she'd be watching me watch people's content.
Right.
And it's certain people that she know that I favor because I watch them a lot. So
Brother,
now
you was on Common Sense Rainey.
Yeah, I was talking with Rainey about you as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, so it's good to meet you. It's good to meet you. Yes, sir.
Same here. Man, so I got me some seeds. I got all kind of seeds. I mean, man, I've been stacking these seeds before the pandemic. So, like I was telling Rainey, me and my daughter, my youngest daughter, we relocated to Atlanta during the pandemic to be with our my oldest daughter. She was going to Clayton State University in Morrow, Georgia. And so we moved to East Point. I was staying in East Point, then I moved to Marietta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got all kind of seeds, man. Look at all these seeds, vegetables, all kind of vegetables.
See, that's where it's at, brother.
Look, I mean, that's what's up. Then I got this.
And look, the land that because I'm in Georgia too. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
know.
know.
I'm not even far from you, but yeah, man. When next time we do one of these land walks, man, you got to show up.
But listen, I moved back to my hometown, Detroit, though. Last October.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, the end of last October. Financially, I couldn't afford to stay down there no more, and because I was working as a manager at a McDonald's down there, and it was so messy that I had to remove myself from the situation. The supervisor was sleeping with the general manager, and she got fired for stealing money out the safe. It was just too much going on. Everybody business. Everybody worrying about who's zooming who laying up with who. You ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
So I had to come back home. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my daughter, we had became homeless while we were in Georgia. So we had to come back home. But coming back here, I ended up getting back on my feet and stuff. So now they got another promotion. They about to make me a general manager here in Michigan at a McDonald's in Michigan on the 1st of September. So right now I'm a swing shift manager now. I'm making the same amount of money that I was making in Georgia, but a lot of people making less than me up here in Michigan. So I don't even tell everybody what I'm making because I don't want them getting upset,
Right. That's what's up, brother. Well,
yeah.
Congratulations, man, and keep on preparing for the times, brother. And
yeah.
Before I let you go, I want you to tell everybody your channel because I know you got a food channel, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, In the Kitchen with Brother Zach. I got a cooking show, In the Kitchen with Brother Zach. I show people how to make easy dishes and easy meals. Man, I appreciate you allowing me the time to even express this too. Just like Sister Rainey, that sister is so beautiful inside and out. And I'll never forget that she allowed me to come on her platform and talk about my channel. So what I do is specialize in easy little hacks. You know what I'm saying? Little simple stuff. I make stuff like easy, like box stuff. I can make it taste like it was made from scratch. I can make banana pudding taste like it was made from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Just easy little hacks, all kind of dishes. I specialize in Italian dishes, American dishes, Mexican dishes. You can go on there. I got over 260 some odd videos, uploads right now on my channel. All you got to do is type in your search bar, In the Kitchen with Brother Zach, Z-A-K, as you can see on the screen. That's just how it's spelled. Everybody in my congregation call me Brother Zach. It's short for Zachariah Yasharel. I go by Zachariah Yasharel.
That's what's up. Well, thank you, Brother Zach. I got a time constraint, so I'm going to go ahead and get the next caller.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Shalom, my brother.
All right. Shalom. All right. Thank you, Brother Zach. That's what's up. So we're going to go one more. We're going to be, because I think that'll be 7 people, and we're going to come across our time constraints. Let's go here to Brother Mikey. What's going on, Mikey?
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
I wanted to remind you about the love notes. And yeah, I got a lot of plans in my notes or whatever. I know I'm still young, but
hold on, you look familiar, bro. Hold on. Can you lift your camera up? I can't.
Yeah.
Brother Mikey. Where I know you from, bro?
Yeah, I was on one of your lives 2 times. I was on your live.
No, I thought I met you in person before. Okay, cool. All right.
You met my cousin though. You met my cousin for sure. Like y'all was at the store together. Y'all
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But
so what was you talking about with the love notes?
Yeah, I got some plans of like a restaurant and stuff like that on the land and like using that, you know what I'm saying, that love note system like for like, you know what I'm saying, currency, like actual real currency. And
okay.
Like I was asking like how exactly like you moving it like across platforms
I'm not really understanding your question, brother. But the way the love note system work is, let's say you have a merchant. Like say that you are a merchant, like you got
Yeah.
shirts or you got something. The love note really just acts as a coupon. So anytime I feature a merchant on my site, you just have to accept love notes. And we're gonna also use it for discounts on all products, even on the land too, once we get everything up and rolling. So that's how the love note works.
Okay. Okay. I was just curious because
Okay.
um yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it, right?
All right. Thank you, Mikey. See you
Yes,
next
sir.
time, brother. Thanks for joining. All
So
right. Peace. All right. I'm gonna do one more, and I think this is Jacora Hayes. What's going on, Jacora?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
All right. So the topic of discussion is what we doing to prepare as the times are changing and why.
Mm, I watch a lot of your content. I'm a huge supporter of you. You taught me a lot of stuff. Thank you for what you do, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
First of all, I'm 18 years old. I'm from Michigan, where brother Zach is from. I've learned a lot of information since 2020, and I just, want to share it to the world, but it's hard because people, not woke, people, don't want to know what's going on, but I try to spread love and peace.
Absolutely. Well, you got to keep on spreading love and peace, and just stay focused on your goals and move accordingly. And I know it's not easy, but stay in this word and stay in this truth and keep your head up at all times. And the
Mm,
Most High He'll make a way.
mm,
It's a lot of good people from Michigan. I've met a lot of people from Michigan on the retreats, as well as a lot of brothers that I just bump shoulders with as well from Michigan. So it's a lot of people from that area that's gravitating towards the work. So that's a good thing.
Yes, yes, a lot of people are waking up to what's going on in the world, and I'm glad, I'm happy that people waking up.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much for joining. Unfortunately, I'm on my time restraints and I want to get my closing sentiments. But feel free to join anytime. Is there anything else you'd like to say before leaving?
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you, New Breed, brother New Breed, for letting me join. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
All right. All right. See, I love when I get to really open up the panels, and I'm gonna start doing this more often when I go live. As long as we can get the view count over 1,000 at some point, and we can get those likes up, we'll do this. You know what I'm saying? If the listening audience, if you all like, you know what I'm saying, these panel type discussions, then all you got to do is support it by liking. Now, my closing sentiments are this. Listen, we're in those times where we definitely got to prepare, and it can start off small, right? You can be in the city and still prepare. You can still be planting seeds. You can still learn how to get a green thumb. You can still buy a bug out bag. You can still keep your vehicle gassed up. These are the things that you can do that are tangible. You can get batteries. You can get candles. You can get solar power lighting. You can do these things. And when you link up with the brothers and sisters at UP Farms, then when things hit the fan, and notice I said when things hit the fan, you will have somewhere to go. That's a contingency plan. And you will already have a community of people that you can build with. Now, I seen somebody in the chat talk about the peace in this chat, how it's so peaceful over here. Well, that's exactly how it is out there in UP Farms. It's peaceful. And all the people in this community, how we're able to communicate, build together. We're all like-minded. We all understand what the mission is, and we have this outlet, this apparatus that we use. It's the same thing, but in real life. Literally, it's the same thing, but in real life. And that's something that we need to do. The Most High's elected need to gather and be prepared to get outside of our comfort zone. And even if you're preparing, you still have to have a community. This online community is a real community as well. And so be prepared for that. And also prepare spiritually, mentally, physically. Now, when we're talking about spiritual preparation, we're talking about overcoming sin. We're talking about putting away corn. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're talking about putting away drunkenness, addiction, lasciviousness, wickedness, putting away sin, because it weakens your defenses and it leaves you stagnant, caught up in this world. And it allows those energy vampires and devils to keep you from reaching your full potential. And so you got to prepare in all ways. Look, I love each and every one of y'all. I'm grateful that y'all enjoyed the broadcast and joined me this evening. Everybody have a beautiful weekend, beautiful evening. With that being said, shalom and peace.